Helmi.
Thank you for pronouncing my name in the correct way. People, when they hear my name, they normally think I'm either Japanese, maybe for the sumo shape like, or Greek, maybe for the philosopher Greek, or German, because I normally wear socks over sandals, or sandals over socks, doesn't matter. But I'm actually from Libya, from a city called Tobruk in the east part of Libya. It's close to Egypt. During the 90s, Libya was under embargo, and I was studying in UK, and my family lived in Tobruk. So for me, traveling in and out, all the way to see family and back to the university, was a trip of hell normally. But there is the one trip that I'm going to share with you today. Normally it starts fantastic, because a 4 hours train from Durham all the way to London, take a flight 4 hours to Cairo, and then overnight, 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm in the bus station, and then 2 days on the bus before I arrived. On that trip, everything was going okay until 5 o'clock in the morning. I felt very hungry on the bus station, because normally a hotel do not serve breakfast that early. So I left early, went to the bus station, and I bought a sandwich. I ate it, and off I went into the bus, and the trip started. I don't know up to now what was in that sandwich, but everything went south and north for me. Thankfully, there were a couple that had a medicine. I took that medicine to stop everything leaving my body. Everything. We arrived at the border of Egypt after 8 hours of drive. The first part of that border check in and out and officers, etc., from the Egyptian part normally goes slower, faster, because they are letting you go. So you're leaving the country, that's not a problem. And indeed, it took about 5 hours just to get through all the checks within the Egyptian part of that border. Then we arrived at the Libyan border. This is where the trip was really tricky. You see, as I mentioned, I don't like really Libyan. So whenever I'm in the bus and I'm about to reach the Libyan border, I get myself ready. I get my passport, it was a green passport, Libyan, really shown clearly in my hand, and I'm holding it like this. So the officer we got onto the bus, they can see the passport and act with me as a Libyan. For some reason, that officer didn't actually see my passport. He checked everyone else except me. He left me as the last one to check. He came to me, he looked at the passport, it's Libyan, he looked at me, not Libyan. I don't know what, but he was saying, "What are you doing here, coming all the way from Germany?" I said, "No, this is Libyan passport, I'm Libyan." No, I don't know what, but I think the socks and the sandals gave it away. He asked me to come down, leave the bus, and then in that room for about 18 hours. "We know you're a spy. Just you have to confess." "No, I'm not." "No, you came from UK. You are MI6. No, you came from UK. And we know that because you look like actually James Bond." I was really flattered. It took 18 hours for them to be convinced that I was actually Libyan. And of course, these 18 hours made my family extremely worried. And we, as Arabic, we tend to be extra emotional. So, you know, if I leave home and I say, "Dad, I'm going with friends, I'll come back before midnight," and if I'm late 5 minutes, my mom starts crying, "Oh, my son died." So imagine 18 hours at the border at that time, with that difficult moment and time of Libya. So indeed, I passed over after that, found my dad waiting for me, drove me all the way home, and I found all my family, uncles, cousins, aunts, everyone, in a total disarray. I hugged my mom really closely, and I was crying, and I was tired, and I told her, "Mom, do you have a sandwich? I'm hungry." Thank you.